Hello everyone, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Nottingham Forest Porto at the City Ground. Big Europa League semi-final on the cards for Forest if they can just make it through tonight. What do you know what? What a couple of seasons for Forest, it must be said, by the way. What an unbelievable adventure Forest have been on, where they've gone from potentially in the Champions League last season. They were so close. They had that little end of the season fall away. Now they're kind of right down the bottom in the relegation battle again, but flying in Europe. I mean, got to give them the credit. If nothing else, the fans have had a bit of a journey, haven't they? They've definitely had a journey. I guess the question is, can they make it last? Can they keep going? Going to be a difficult game, this one. Very difficult game. And there's some quality in both lineups. I will just echo what's being said in the chat. Elliot Anderson, unfortunately, was missing tonight anyway for Forest. He's been suspended, but yeah, absolutely sad to hear about his mum passing away. Very sad. Very sad day today. Very sad day today. I also heard about Alex Manninger as well passing away. Ex-Liverpool goalkeeper and Arsenal goalkeeper Alex Manninger also passed away today. So very sad. Very sad day. Thoughts with the family. But the football goes on. That's the one thing you can say. Life goes on. Football goes on. And listen, if there's one big tribute Forest could pay tonight, it would be to turn up and give this everything they've got. And if they were to go through, what an unbelievable performance. What a result. What a day that would be for Forest. Right. So, let's have a look at the lineups. There is 10 minutes or so to kick off. Hope everyone's good. How are we all doing in the chat? Jellyfish, good to see you as always, mate. Connor, how's it going? What are we saying? Oxford fan, good to see you as always, lad. Madhouse, love United, hate Littler. We're not fans of Luke Littler then, I'm guessing. Azert says Porto to win the Europa League. Okay. Porto to win the Europa League. I liked it. I did like it when I went to Porto. I went to the Dragao and we saw Liverpool play Porto. And the fans are really cool. I've still got a scarf that I swapped. I swapped my Liverpool scarf with a Porto scarf while I was over there. Thought I wasn't doing a stream. I wasn't doing a stream. Yeah, I was given some mixed advice in terms of the channel, and I'm gonna continue on the path which we've always done, which is not a second channel. I'm not doing a second channel. We're just keeping it all here on Premier League Dad. I'm not splitting. I'm not segmenting. I was given advice that I don't now think is accurate. Or I've had conflicting advice anyway, in terms of segmenting, doing some games maybe over on one channel and some games over here. Instead, no, I'm gonna keep it all on here. If that means we have peaks and troughs, that means we have peaks and troughs. That's where I'm at now anyway. That may change in the future. Jabba, how's it going, Nigel? Brilliant darts player, Luke Littler. What are we saying, everyone? What are we saying for this one, though? Let's have a look at the lineups. Ortega in goal. Ola Aina, Cunha, Murillo, and Williams at the back. Cunha making only his... How many starts has that lad made? It's his first start in Europe. It's only his second start for... That's a big test for him. Cunha, Murillo, Williams, and Aina at the back. Sangare and Dominguez... sitting, and then it's Hutchinson, Gibbs, White, and Doy and Wood. Yeah, it's a very revamped Forest side, I'll have to say that. Sainz, Moffey, and William Gomez up front for Porto. Gabri, Vega, Rosario, and Fofana midfield. It's Costa in goal. Zaidu, Jan Bednarek, ex-Arsenal, and Thiago Silva, of course. Oh, Thiago Silva. Bednarek, Thiago Silva, and Costa at the back. So, Costa in goal, Costa in defence. Will that Costa Porto? Let's see. Porto are a northern side. They hate soft southerners too, especially Benfica. Darts on TV, key on the laptop, multi-view of the footy on the phone. What a Thursday night. What a Thursday night indeed, people. What a Thursday night indeed. Lewis, are you doing a watch along for the World Cup? I am, yes, Lewis. I will be doing a watch along for the World Cup. I'm just going to enjoy tonight's streams. The next few streams are going to be slightly low key, I would imagine. Basically, the channel's in a little bit of a restricted push from YouTube because we had a I know Premier League dad jokes. I'm keeping it good. I'm keeping it very PG though. But yes, I think the lives, the views, and the activity in the chat is going to be a little bit less. Well, quite a bit less actually. To be fair, it's going to be about 10 to 20 times less than it has been, because of the crashes last month. Do you remember when we had the streams crash? Yeah, the streams crashing have unfortunately locked us in to a 28-day window where YouTube's going to kind of just keep us on a little bit of a down low, and we're not going to be able to do much about it, unfortunately. So until we get out of that, it's going to be about the 26th of April, 26th, 27th of April, there or thereabouts. After that, we should start getting some new faces in the chat again. We're restricted. We are, yes, we are somewhat restricted. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but it's nothing that we can do about it. It's just one of them things. The laptop crashed on 3 streams. March 20th, March 27th, and March 29th. And unbeknownst to me, that has basically said to YouTube, this channel is unstable. Just don't send new people to this channel. And that's basically where we are for about a month. Yeah, so that is kind of where we are for the next couple of weeks anyway. The 27th, 26th, 7th, 27th of April is when it'll sort of come out of that, and we'll have to wait and see. What do you think the Champions League final will be? Personally think it's Bayern Atletico. I think PSG Arsenal, and I think PSG win it. That would be my take anyway. Good evening, PDM. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? At least we don't get the little Reggies. No, we won't. We won't get the little Reggies. But basically, yeah, it's. I've just been held back basically by. I've not. You don't get told about it. You don't get told about it. Basically, we were getting about 250 to 500,000 impressions per live. We were basically getting shown a lot for like the last 3 or 4 months. Because what we were doing, evidently people were coming in, loving the chat, enjoying it, and it was all going good. And then the crashes happened. And yeah, so for that reason, until those crashes get kind of aged out of the algorithm, which is 28 days, it's kind of like a black mark on the record of the channel. So yeah, we'll have to kind of wait until that's done. So 26th of April, it should be fine again, and it'll all be good, and we'll start to get some more new faces in. But until then, we're getting yeah, pushed down. Joseph Vickers, don't let that sign staring at me. It's just a little reminder of what's to come this weekend. Guessing you heard about Alex Manninger. I did, yeah. So sad about Alex Manninger. Very, very sad. Key's unstable. Yeah, you'd never have said that, would you? Stan Midge, good to see you, mate. All good. Good to see you. Thank you very much, Tony. I really appreciate it. That's very kind. I'll go to any other video platform. Just want to support you, man. Mate, that's so nice. That's really lovely. And there's a lot of really nice people who are of that mindset. I'm very blessed. I'll go to California myself and get myself sent back to jail for you. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Look after yourself. Make sure you've got your life going good, mate. That's what you need. You're no good to me in jail. You can't watch me in jail. You can't watch me in jail. But But hey, I appreciate the gesture. Gesture. It's not unstable. YouTube suggested you to me. No, I know, but that would have been a long time ago, right? This has only happened since April 9th. April 4th. April 4th is when it happened. Nigel Key speaks the truth about football in general. Back him. Thanks, Nigel. Brano being here since you was getting 6 viewers, so belting to see you doing so well, Key. Cheers, Brano. Yeah, mate, I'm getting about 6 viewers at the minute. It's yeah, we're on a bit of a shadow ban. We're on a shadow ban for a little while. It's absolutely it's gutting. It's absolutely gutting. You wouldn't believe some of the conversations I had queued up this week. I've literally had to say to people, yeah, I have to just leave it. I'll tell you about it. If we come out on the other side of this and everything's fine, I'll tell you about it. But I had some cool stuff lined up that I'm not now able to do. Being a naughty boy? No, I've not been a naughty boy. Not been a naughty boy at all. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's my laptop crashed. My laptop crashed on March 20th, March 27th, March 29th. And because it crashed, it just, it's left a little bit of a bruise, let's call it that. Key is a blessed man, YouTube going well, wife and kid. Unfortunately, Liverpool are out of all the cups and the league title opportunity now, so just hate watching. Yeah, just hate watching for the rest of the season. Come on, City. We'll be there on Sunday. Even if there's only 10 of us in the chat, we'll be there for it. Does being restricted keep the Arsenal fans out? Not quite, no. Carl thought you wasn't on tonight. I wasn't planning to, but yeah, I got some dodgy advice from different people on what to do to actually kind of break out of this loop. And unfortunately, one of them said, don't do this game. Don't do tomorrow's game. And I said, I can't do that. Can't do that. We make a pledge. We've made a promise. The promise is we do a game every day. So the workaround was new channel. New channel. Second channel. We'll do those games on a different channel. So at least I'm live every day. Didn't want to let you guys down. However, I've now had conflicting advice that said that would even be worse to do. So I'm not doing that. I'm streaming on here. Cheers, normal guy. Thanks very much, mate. Got the green neon lights in the background. Absolutely. Positive. Green. Green for good. Green for positive. Money. All that good stuff. I don't know. Good vibes. Green equals good vibes. That's my kind of thinking anyway. I don't like red. Red is good. And I would normally have had it red for Forest because I'm supporting Forest because 3 stars a Forest fan. And I would absolutely want Forest to go through here. Are you doing the Coventry Blackburn game tomorrow? Yes, I will be. I will be doing the Coventry game tomorrow. Sunderland or Newcastle? If I had to say, I'd probably go Sunderland, you know. I don't mind either. I really don't mind either. I quite like Newcastle. Right, we're off and underway at the City Ground. Come on, Forest. Let's have it. Are we going to get a Forest win here? Sangare. Tell you what, it's definitely concerning that they've got Cunha at the back, though, you know. Discussions lined up. Salah bashing, Arsenal hating, repeat. Does it take much planning? Oh, no. No. Did you get hacked? Is that why it crashed? No, nothing to do with that. It was just technical instability, basically. I used a laptop that I thought was all good, and it went off. I did a Windows update. That's what it was. I did a Windows update on it, and it didn't like the Windows update, unbeknownst to me. Oh, Porto are in. Big chance. Must be. Oh, massive chance for Porto. And over the bar. Goal kick. Big chance. Porto should be in front. What a save from Ortega. Joe says, remove my mod key. You can't be saying that. I only saw that because I saw your face come in. I saw your name there, so I was like, oh, go on. We'll have to say that. Broken verdict. I don't like Newcastle. Too arrogant. Green and a yellow jersey in the background. Perfect. Absolutely. Bit of yellow and green for Nigel. Long ball forward. Porto head it back away. Sangare. There's definitely some quality in the Porto side. 1,000,000%. Terem Moffi is a player that Everton tracked for a very, very long time. He kind of tailed off. He went to he had a great time at Lorient and was doing really well, and then he went to Nice and it kind of didn't quite work out at Nice. Still relatively young, Terem Moffi. Yeah, still relatively young. Porto driving forward. Liam Key, what games are you doing Saturday? Spurs, Brighton and Chelsea United. Yes, doing both of them. Both of them. Shahid, great save, Ortega, but he should have scored. Massive chance, wasn't it, for Porto? Ortega's been quite decent since joining Forest. I actually think it's been a pretty good signing for City, that, you know. Hi, Dylan, how's it going? What would we say from a... is there anyone in the chat now? I mean, obviously 3-star, listen, I'm sure you're very positive. You're like me, glass half full kind of guy. Is there anyone in the chat at the minute who thinks Forest are going to go down? Based off what we've seen in the league, do we think there's a realistic possibility that Forest are in the Championship and the Champions League next year? It's absolutely possible, isn't it? It's absolutely possible. Have you had a good day, Key? Do you know what, Shell? I'll level with you. You know me. I'm an open book. I'll tell you how I'm feeling. I don't do any of that bluster or nonsense. I've been through it. I've been going through it the past week or so. I've really been going through it. It's my birthday on Saturday. It's probably the worst birthday I've ever had. I'm a very lucky boy, by the way. Very lucky. I've got a lovely wife and a lovely little girl and a lovely family, and they look after me. But I tell you what, I've absolutely been punished in the last week by this algorithm contraction. You wouldn't believe the stuff I've been reading, trying to understand why is YouTube doing this to me. And it's just boils down to a penalty, basically. A penalty on the channel from doing 3 streams in a week that all crashed. So it's like YouTube's looked at it and gone, bang, unstable channel. Don't trust it for a month kind of thing for 28 days. So yeah, I have to just age that out, and it's likely we won't really see too much improvement in things. But yeah, literally everything has dropped like 20 times. 20 times what it was, it's dropped. I knew it, to be fair, as soon as I saw Arsenal-Bournemouth on Saturday at 12:30. Arsenal-Bournemouth on Saturday would normally... You've seen it. Them sort of games, we see the Reggies flying in, don't we? The Reggies absolutely flying. I tell you what, he's clattered him, huh? He's absolutely clattered him there. Chris Wood. Oh, that's a red card, you know, on Bednarek. That might be a red, that. That might be a red, you know. That genuinely might be a red card. Chris Wood as well, who's just come back from injury. He's a lucky, lucky boy here, you know, Bednarek. I wonder if there's going to be a check on this, you know. He's a very lucky boy here, you know. Ooh. Goodness me. The ball gets played in here. Let's just watch this. Wood, he gets none of the ball, Bednarek. Oh, that's a... Do you know what? I absolutely think that's a red card. I'm sorry. He catches him high and he doesn't get any of the ball. That's a red card for me. That is a red card for me for Bednarek. It should be. It's astonishing if that's not a red card, in fact. Is it going to be? Is it going to be? There's still a check going on, I think. There's still a check. Is it? No, I think he's done. I think it's no red card. Lucky, lucky boy. That is a very, very dangerous challenge. And Porto very lucky to still have 11 on the pitch. Forest maybe feel aggrieved there. Chris Wood's looking around and saying, what the hell do I have to do here? I mean, Lad's only just got back from injury. No, there is still an ongoing check. I thought the ref had cleared it, but no, he's still pointing and saying it might well be. It might well be. I think he's going to go and have a look at it, ref. Yeah, possible red card check, and there you go. I think it's going to be a red. I think it's going to be an early red card, this one, and what an opportunity for Forest now. Ex-Southampton and Arsenal defender Jan Bednarek is going to be sent off here for a studs-up challenge. It was... Do you know what? I've got a little bit of sympathy. A little bit of sympathy, sorry. A little bit of sympathy with Bednarek. I think he does go for the ball, but it's just a mistimed challenge. He's not even looking at the player. So he's not gone to do him. He is looking at the ball, but it's clumsy. It's clumsy rather than nasty. It's not a nasty challenge, but it's a clumsy challenge. And I think for that, it should be a red card. I think it is going to be. The referee's had a look at it. He's decided he's going to come over and have a chat. It is number 5 here. Yep, number 5, Bednarek. And it's a red card. He's off. He's off the pitch. Wow. Wow. He's off. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. Red card for Porto, 6 minutes in. And now, that's exactly the sign, exactly the opportunity for Forest. Now, they're down to 10 men, Porto. Go and get them. Go and kill the game off. Go and get them, Forest. This is what we wanted to see. M15, what score is it? It's 0-0, but it's only 6 minutes in. Porto have got Jan Bednarek sent off. Ooh, yeah, as Sarah said, it's not deliberate. It isn't deliberate, but it's definitely clumsy. It's 1,000,000% clumsy. I think it is a red card. There's no doubt about it. It's a definite red card. Definite red card. Nice work, M15. Good lad. It's charming, Dan. The problem is it's hard to see West Ham, Forest or Leeds, who should be safe, go down. Spurs seem the most likely, but just get the feeling they'll get a surprise. One of them has to go. That's it. Yeah, one of them has to go. Nigel Key, the referee, was shocking Norwich v Ipswich last Saturday. He gave him a dubious penalty and should have sent Nunes off. Lucky boy. Very dangerous. Sorry, I missed some there with the red card. I apologise if I've missed some comments. Let me have a look at them. Brendan, is the YouTube support or contact for people, for content creators you could get onto any sort of appeals process? No, not really. No, not really. There isn't a massive amount of help. You just kind of got to figure it out yourself. And there's no notification that you get put into this. I think if it had just happened once, if it was just like a one-off crash, it's not a problem. Nothing happens. But because it was like 3 times in a week, and again, even that, like there was nothing, I thought I'd fixed it every single time. I was like, it's all good. And I run the stream and it went down on me again. There's just not an awful lot I could have done about it. But very frustrating. Really, really frustrating. Forest strike. Oh, Chris Wood, 10 minutes in. Very nearly 1-0 there as well. Yeah, there's nothing. And that's the really, really frustrating part. It's so frustrating. But yeah, listen, first world problems, innit? First world problems. End of the day, got me health. I'm all good. Doesn't matter that I've worked really hard to build something up. YouTube don't care about that. It's all good. Luis Suarez, not heard that name in a while. Zach, shocking challenge on Wood. It would, yeah, absolutely. It was an absolutely shocking challenge. Studs up to the knee, high challenge. That's a red. Definitely. Definite red card. Diogo Costa was a goalkeeper that was linked, certainly, to a lot of Premier League sides. I wonder what's happened with him career-wise. Sarah, I get notifications, Key. I mean, that's good. That is good. I've gone live. That's good. I'm glad it's, listen, at the end of the day, and one thing I am mega thankful for, and this is why I didn't want to make any sort of decision lightly. I was getting advice to say, don't stream this one. Don't stream Blackburn Coventry. Don't even stream Tottenham Brighton. The advice I was getting from these YouTube cowboys, by the way, right, was only stream what you consider to be the big games. because you need to send your signals that you're only doing the big numbers. Strike! Oh, Forrest are in there! Get in there! Gibbs White! Yeah, baby! 1-0! Get in there! Oh, go on! Yes! This is fantastic. It's a big deflection. This is a little bit unlucky again from a Porto perspective, but they're a goal down and they are a man down as well, and that's lovely to see as well. Elliot Anderson, family first, we're all here for you. That's really lovely. They've all gone over and held up a shirt for Elliot Anderson, who sadly lost his mum today. And that just put, you know what? Football is it's my life in many ways. I love it. But do you know what? There's some things that are obviously far, far more important, and that just puts it right into context. But still, come on, Forest, 1-0, love that. Get in. Bit of luck, but they deserved it tonight. Bit of a deflection, just a little bit of a deflection. Graham Guthrie, all games from now till the end of the season are considered big games. Absolutely, no doubt about that. Huge games for Forest. All huge games. Now listen, how do Porto respond? A man down, and they've got to go and press and get a goal back. To be honest, they're on the ropes here. They're absolutely on the ropes. If Forest get a second, the tie's over. Tie's finished. Go and get a second. Kill them off. Game could be done after 15 minutes here if they get it right. Total class with the celebration. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely bang right. Sorry, I missed. Every time we start talking about something non-football related, something really important happens in the game. So that's probably teaching me a lesson. Brendan, is the argument that it's reflecting poorly on YouTube to recommend streams that crash? Hope it's sorted too. Yes, yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, it's like they have a stability score for every channel. A stability score that's like, this stuff doesn't, like, as long as the stream runs fine, you get scored on all these different things and how the channel's performing on different things. There's all these different numbers and metrics and graphs to look at. It's very exciting. Forest, edge of the box, could be 2. Oh, just wide from Dominguez, was it? Yeah, Dominguez. I am Crute. The only thing is with Forest and relegation, the European run could hinder their league campaign. Do you know what? I'm not sure if that's the case. I actually think to some extent teams can benefit from a European campaign. They can actually do better in the league as a result of the European campaign. Well, Swing, in case you missed mine, Evening Key, thought you weren't streaming tonight. To be honest, everything went mad in the comments as the goal went in, so I apologise, mate. Yes, I wasn't streaming tonight. I wasn't streaming. But I've partially explained the reason for that. Chris Wood looks like he's going off now. What a poor fella. He's worked all this time so hard to get back. Forest have been desperate to get him back in the team. He's a massive asset to him. He did wonderfully well last year. He gets back. He gets tackled, really, really bad tackle. And now it's looking like he's going to have to go off injured. I mean, it's a red card for Porto. Bednarek got sent off for the tackle, but Chris Wood might now be out for a little bit as well. Jabba, YouTube, don't mess around with its ad revenue. No, that's it. Exactly, yeah. I think it's because, so the reason I got explained was, if I'm streaming and the stream crashes, there is research that suggests that you, the user, the viewer, will close the app. You'll close the app and you'll go on to something else. How true that is, I don't know. But it leaves like a black mark on my channel, right? If it only happens once, not a problem. For me, 20th, 27th, 29th, I basically did 3 crashes in 9 days during the international break. And I thought that was all, forgotten about. All forgotten about. Absolutely not. No, they have not let me down. Or let me off, rather. So, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that it's just something that ages out. And after 28 days, which is kind of how all this stuff works, 28 days, it'll fall off the record. They won't even look at it. and I'll be judged based off this month alone. And everything else this month is fine. Everything else this month is all good. So we'll just basically have to forget about April. April will be my annus horribilis, or whatever the version of that is. Annus horribilis is year, isn't it, in Latin? My horrible year. I don't know what month is. Monthis horribilis. Jordan Sawyer, hey Key, United fan, but love your videos and content. Hope you're doing all good. Mate, I really appreciate that. At the moment, believe me, I appreciate it so damn much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going through a bit of an hard time at the minute because of stupid bloody algorithm. Villa 1-0 up. Be yourself, Dylan. It's the same for me. If I don't post a video, people say, where are you? Very true. Yeah. Yeah. It's to be honest, it's mad on different platforms and stuff. Feel sorry for Wood. Very, very sorry for Wood. Wood walking off, hopefully okay, and Ice packing a bit of rest, he'll be okay. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So can you post the direct link to the YouTube stream on the other platforms that TikTok and X? One the same volume as getting recommended on YouTube, but we'll catch some. Yeah, I could do. Yeah, I absolutely could do. And to be honest, I probably should do more of that, to be honest, Brendan. I should do. Normal guy, Forest has to win this one. I'm sure they will. They're 1-0 up and a man up. 20 minutes in. They'll smash it. Samuel, you should come on the football terrace with Terry Flewers. I mean, hey, listen, it's been a while. I think it's been a couple of months since I spoke to Terry. But, yeah, he invited me on a couple of times. I couldn't do it at the time because I was doing other stuff. I had streams and he asked me to come on his, I think it was his 6 o'clock show. It was like a 2-hour live that he does at 6 o'clock. Is that right? Something like that anyway. And I said, I'm sorry, mate, I've got a stream. Or it was a 5:30. It was something like that. It was 5:30 till 7:30 or 6 till 8. And I said, I've got a stream. I'm live every single night, so I can't do it. And he was like, all right, okay. So, are you Arne Slot out? I am absolutely not, no, Samuel. I am very much Arne Slot in. I am mega disappointed that there is such a nonsense conversation. It really is infuriating to see so many Liverpool fans drawn into this Arne Slot out. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's entitlement that we're even having this conversation. Absolutely ridiculous. We're 3 points, by the way. We're 3 points off third, Liverpool. And I think in the broader context of this season, there's absolutely no way we should be having a conversation about sacking the manager. The guy has literally lost both his centre forwards, both his right backs to freak long-term injuries. Forget what happened with Jota in the summer. We won't even get to that. But all the other stuff, all the other factors, I just think if we finish in the top 4, it's not a bad season. It's not a bad season at all. Does Liverpool need new centre-backs? Yes. Categorically. At the moment, it's Aston Villa v Nottingham Forest semi-final. Villa Forest in the semis. Go on, what a great day that would be, by the way. So maybe Key there, just frustrated. No, I get the frustrated, but I feel like the frustration's misplaced, Sarah. I feel like the frustration's misplaced, and it's not that I feel that they're stupid or anything like that. I feel like the discussion's stupid. I don't want to mischaracterize what I'm saying as people are dumb and people are stupid and anyone who doesn't think like me is an idiot or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I feel like people are directing their anger at the wrong people. Forest in the area, big chance. Oh, Porto just about get it away. Yeah, I think the anger shouldn't be at Arne Slot. And the manager's not blameless, by the way, but I just don't think changing him doesn't change anything, really. Crew type, out of interest, mentioning Slot Key, where would be your line with him where it becomes irreparable? This season, I honestly don't think there is one. Yeah. If we finished outside the Champions League places, I as the club, apparently the club have as well. The club have also said that they would, they intend to give him next season, even if we miss out on the Champions League. And personally, that's kind of how I would look at it as well. I think the club have sold him down the river. They've let him down. That's kind of why where we are where we are. We're literally 3 points off third place, though. Brendan, I heard the department at YouTube in charge of restricting accounts are based in Egypt. Big Arsenal fans, apparently. Well, then that explains it. Forget the rest. Slot should be manager for life. Tony, you're looking forward to the derby at the weekend plus City v Arsenal. Okay, I'll level with you, Tony. I am really not looking forward to those games. I am very nervous for them. Something tells me I'm gonna get a real hiding in terms of the Reggies are gonna come looking for me on Sunday. I get the feeling Arsenal are gonna win. Don't know why. I don't know why. Everything's pointing at a City win. And if City win, yeah, Arsenal are completely on the ropes, aren't they? But I just get the feeling. It's going to be an Arsenal win, and that's going to be the shock. And I also think Liverpool are doing okay, but I also think Everton have just kind of turned a bit of a corner, and they'll be massively up for that. So, an Everton win and an Arsenal win really just finishes me off. Jose at the Toon says, Joe, get Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho in at Newcastle. How will Forest sales look if they win the Europa but go down? I mean, they'll be in the Champions League. It's crazy, isn't it? They'll be in the Champions League and in the Championship. It's kind of an interesting... Because whatever money they would lose from the Premier League, they would get in parachute payments, or to some degree they would get that. And they would be able to make that back up probably through Champions League revenue. That would be crazy. Forest in the Champions League and in the Championship. I don't think it'll happen, but it's certainly possible. It is certainly possible. Don't say that, Keith. No, mate. Listen, you know I'm a glass half full guy. I think absolutely it's going to be a Liverpool win and a City win. But I've just got a horrible feeling at the minute. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong in this past week. Oxford fan can't be here for the derby. I've got a massive darts tournament to compete in. Oh, lovely. Hey, enjoy. Corner to Forest. 24 minutes in. Jabber, sadly, I won't be able to join you all for the derby this Sunday. Oh, a likely story, Jabber. Getting your excuses in early. I know your game. Oh, I won't be there for the derby this week. I don't know if that's how you sound. I ain't gonna be there for the derby this weekend, boy. I don't know. Brendan, feeling Arsenal will win too. I think they have to respond. And basically, if they win, they've won the league. They have to be hugely fired up. Yeah, they've got a lot of doubters, and it's kind of the easiest thing to... From an Arteta point of view, that is the easiest thing to get a response from your team, isn't it? To say to them, listen, everybody is doubting you at the minute. Everybody's having a go at you. Why aren't you gonna just go and show them, prove to them that you're champions? And Gary, I did say this. Gary Neville did make a really, really important point, or a really good point on the overlap, where he said, the manager used to say, and I'm sure he's referring to Alex Ferguson there. Apparently Alex Ferguson used to say to United, listen, if at the start of the season I'd have said to you, play one game, and if you win that game, you'll win the championship, would you take it? Of course you would. You'd snatch your hand off for it, wouldn't you? One game to win the championship. And then he'd say, this is that game. And he said, whenever he said that, and he said it a few times, we always won that game kind of thing. And that's what Arteta kind of needs to do for Arsenal, is say, listen, yes, you've had a bit of an up and down recent couple of months. Yes, it's not gone great. But if you had the opportunity to win this game at the start of the season, and you could go back to the start and get offered it, you'd take it. Nailed the accent, boy, howdy. That's just what I've got in my head whenever I see the name. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's a lot more upper class. I don't even know if that was a lower class or a middle class act. I don't know. Aston Villa 2, Bologna 0. C-Pal, what are you going to do if Arsenal wins the league? I don't know. I'll probably cry myself to sleep for weeks on end. Is that the answer you were looking for? Forest down the left-hand side. Villa with the goal, by the way. Villa 2-0 up, penalty it was. Now, Villa pretty much assured now of their place in the semis. Jellyfish. Oh, sorry, Joe. No, Key. Arteta doesn't do that. He plays TikTok edits at the training ground. Yeah, and clicks pens next to each other, doesn't he? That's what he does. Pen clicking. Oh, Forest, big chance. Oh, what are you doing? Massive chance. Oh, side netting from Amari Hutchinson. And he's given a goal kick, the Lino. Premier League has been utter shite this season compared to the Bayern game. Yeah, the Bayern game was very good, wasn't it? Key, there's a reality out there where Spurs go down and Arsenal win nothing. There's a reality out there where Spurs stay up and Arsenal win nothing. I mean, that's just as dreadful, I guess. Couldn't stay away then, Key. I couldn't resist. Julius, where's your new channel? No new channel. I spoke too soon. There is going to be no new channel. Or at least that's the plan. The plan is I was going to make a second channel. I've decided against it. I was given some conflicting advice. I won't go into it. I explained it earlier in the live. But basically, I was going to do something to try and help the channel. I've been given different advice. LFC Jake, outside chance to win the Ballon d'Or, Elise. Listen, if Elise does win the Champions League and then France maybe go on and win the World Cup, I absolutely think he will win the Ballon d'Or. Key, next season, Champions League with the red card to Arda Güler. How many games does Arda miss? 1. Yeah, he misses 1 because it's not violent conduct, so it's just 1 game. Charming Dan says it would be hilarious if UEFA have to negotiate with the EFL for Forest to play midweek fixtures. Sorry, UEFA, Forest can't play Barcelona on Wednesday. They're away to Lincoln City that night. Yeah. I mean, literally, Forest would have to have a very big squad for the Championship because it's 46 games. 46 and the Champions League as well. I mean, I imagine in a crazy way, I actually think there's a lot of Forest players who would stay for that basis that, like, look, we're in the Champions League. I know we're going down, we're in the Championship, but we're in the Champions League. Tony says, Lego head will be set up to draw. That's how he plays the game. It'll backfire on him and it'll be bottle jobs once again. Brendan, exactly. It should be an easy dressing room to get fired up. And if they can just get it into their head that it's 1 game to basically win the league, they'll be hard to beat. Arsenal really should win it, shouldn't they? They should go there and they've got enough to beat City. But City found a way against Chelsea. Far post header, easy, straight at Costa. Forest still going for it. Very much still in control. Igor Jesus backstick there. A very Brazilian Nottingham Forest side. South American Nottingham Forest side. Dale, who's playing, mate? It is Nottingham Forest and Porto. Forest currently 1-0 up. And Porto had a man sent off after 6 minutes. Jack, nah, mate, I'm an Arsenal fan. We ain't winning against City. What world are we in where I'm more confident than you, Jack? Key's been on the phone to Prime Premier League. BK Hammer says, honestly, brother, I don't know how your channel isn't doing better. You're one of my fave channels. I'm a United fan, but I always check what you'll be watching. Do you know what it is? It's only temporary. I'm hoping anyway that it's only temporary because it's literally gone from like up here where we were competing with Goldbridge at one spell, believe it or not. It was just doing not that much less than Goldbridge does on some big fixtures. So we've gone from right up here to like 2,000 views on the Arsenal game. And it's purely because of YouTube being a little bit naughty. They're playing some games, but it's all good. I know exactly why it's happened, and it's fine. It's nothing that I did, you did, we did. It's just something that's happened, and by the 26th of April, it'll all be gone. What are we saying? As you said, it should be the easiest game to get it ready for when everyone's writing you off. That's exactly the easiest game to get prepared for, is where you can pin a sign up, pin newspapers up in the dressing room and say, this is what they're saying about you. But do you know what? But some people aren't like that. You would imagine professional athletes are like that. That like any sort of questioning of them would prompt, yeah, like a real, shoulders back, I'm going to show you type of thing. But actually, a lot of them seem to be quite fragile these days. A lot of them seem to be like a wet paper bag, where if you question their ability, if you question their quality, they retreat. They retreat into themselves and they actually become shadows of themselves on the pitch. They become scared. They become timid. And that's maybe where you need a manager to bring a bit more out of them. Blackhammer, also I'm a shift worker and you keep me company or 3 a.m. my time almost every day. Are you in the UK? BLK Hammer. If you're in the UK and you're a night shift worker, you're going to absolutely love me around the World Cup because I am up streaming the World Cup games at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Egypt against Iran is a 4 a.m. game. I think is it June the 26th, something like that? Egypt v Iran, the latest group game, 4 a.m. kickoff, Egypt-Iran. I'll be there for it. But I'm doing every game pretty much, every group game. Amari Hutchinson, down the left-hand side. Welshwing, I've got a half-time quiz key, but we can do yours if you want. No, absolutely. No, let's do yours. Yours are better. No, I have no ego. Yours are definitely better. Jellyfish, I get lonely in communities like this. Help. Well, we'll always be here, mate, and it's good to have you. You're a very much valued member. Jordan Sawyer, what's your favourite memory as an Everton fan? Jokes. What's your favourite memory as a Liverpool fan? Favourite memory as a Liverpool fan? It's got to be Istanbul. I wish I could say it wasn't, but probably Istanbul. Yeah, can't really be anything else. Header over the bar from Igor Jesus. Again, Forest should do better. They're getting chances here, Forest. So maybe one of them where if they don't take their chances soon, maybe Porto just get a little bit more bold and a little bit more confident. Jansen, what do you think if Liverpool fail to get Champions League football? We won't fail to get Champions League football. No. We won't fail to get Champions League football. We've picked up far more points than Chelsea or Villa in the last couple of months, and United don't look fantastic either recently. So no, I think as an absolute bare minimum, Liverpool get 5th, but I actually think we can get 3rd. If we win this weekend against Everton and United get beat by Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, we're in 3rd. So it shows how quickly it can change. 1-1 Palace. How's the game been so far? Was busy. Game's been fantastic. Yeah, really good. Gamer Guru, Arteta remembers shit like that when the tweet went out after we had a loss saying nice kickabout with the lads. Arteta showed it to the team. He proper holds a grudge. Yeah, he does, but I'm not sure if the Arsenal players do, and that's the problem, isn't it? The problem for Arsenal might be if they set up to draw and then go 1 down. It's hard to switch that defensive mentality mid-game. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Costa's been booked for Porto. Rufus, why do you think Arsenal get slated when they're the only team who made the semis out of the English teams? Because they play garbage football, mate. That's why. Because they held a 0-0 draw with Sporting. And if not for the last kick of the game, Havertz winner in Lisbon, they'd have probably gone to penalties with Sporting. They're just not in a good moment, Arsenal. Hutchinson cleared away. It's going to be another Forest corner. Bring on the World Cup then, absolutely. Welshwing says, could you imagine if a City fan had done that to United Bottle when Fergie was there? Fergie would be flipping tables saying, you show that smug prat exactly who you are. Exactly. That fella with the bottle would have been on a constant loop on a telly in the United dressing room, wouldn't it? That's how Fergie would have dealt with that. Welshwing, could you... Oh, we've done that once. Hey, LG, are you staying in the UK for it? I know you were talking about moving to America for 6 weeks. No, we're not going to the US now. We was planning on it, and unless something changes, then, yeah, probably not. Canon Media, no one is forcing them to watch us. No, and listen, no one's saying that they're forced to watch you, but you can still have an opinion. You can still hold an opinion on Arsenal. Effective though they are absolutely very difficult to watch, and I think Arsenal fans say that, to be fair. Brendan, if they can't get themselves up and show a bit of character and courage this weekend, that's basically it for this massive, very, very expensively assembled Arsenal squad. Start again time. It would be damning for Arteta, I think, to see them throw away a league title for maybe the 4th consecutive time. Is that? Oh, they would have definitely earned the bottle job title if they throw it away this year. I would never have seen it happen, to be honest. Ahmed, Strasbourg 2-0. That's a really good game. I thought Mainz would be through there. Hi, Mancini. If Havertz didn't score a last-minute winner, they would have gone to pens. If Liverpool scored 5 goals, they'd have been in the semis. Again, yeah, very true. Very, very true. But we're talking about fine margins, aren't we? Not 5 goals. Gamer Guru says someone photoshopped that City fan drinking a bottle of oil with a 115 hat on. And who Forest got next if they win this? If they win this, they play Aston Villa in the semis. Forest drive forward, unlucky. LG, does Arteta get sacked if he bottles the league? I don't think so, but I can certainly understand that there's some Arsenal fans out there who would feel very strongly about it. And again, it's not even anything to do with Arteta, really. It's because Arsenal fans have wrote checks that they can't really cash at the end of the season. There's a lot of Arsenal fans who've been very, very mouthy, haven't they, as the season's gone on. And if it does transpire that they haven't won that league at the end of the year, they've got some debts to settle. Put it that way. They've got some debts to settle. They're going to have to take some grief off a lot of people. And there'll be some people who've gone big on that as well, by the way. There'll be some Arsenal fans who've said, oh yeah, we're going to win it. Of course we are. I'll do whatever, I'll have a forfeit or I'll put money on it or whatever. They'll do that. There'll be some Arsenal fans who'll do that. Welsh Ring Key found a social media post criticising Trump's can't go to America now. I was going to do my Trump accent again, then I can't do it. Brendan, this would be the worst one to throw away by far. They should be about 15 points clear. How many times have Arsenal pushed the lead out to 7 to 10 points and then lost or drew a game? Yeah, very true. Listen, Forest, we're talking about throwing things away. At this moment in time, I don't know if you're getting this impression as well, 3-star, but I'll be honest, Forest starting to look a little bit complacent here. There's still only 1 goal in it. I know that Forest are a man up. Porto are down to 10. They're diving everywhere. Oh, it's a yellow card. Hey, Christ, I thought he was going to give a red then. He had the red in his hand. It's a yellow card for Amari Hutchinson. Porto will start diving to try and level this up. And the referee is, in fairness, he's dishing yellows out as well. He's already booked Costa and Moffey, and now he's booked Hutchinson on the other side. Fofana's just changing his top. As an Arsenal fan, if we end up trophyless, I want him gone. Wow. Saying Welsh, he has to get this done. Crazy. Souls 75. Looking forward to Sunday watching my team away at City while having my favourite Arsenal hater on the other screen. Come on, you Gunners. Sousa, listen, mate, I'll be there for it. Really appreciate you. And yeah, I don't blame you. If on Sunday you guys win, then you can give me all the stick you want because it probably means you've won the league. LG, was the Porto red card a good decision? I think it would have been a red in the Prem. Yeah, it was. I think it was. I think it was a red card. It wasn't malicious from Bednarek. He did go for the ball. His eyes were on the ball. His eyes wasn't on the man. You could see he was looking at the ball, but his foot was high, and he gets none of the ball, and his studs are basically on Chris Wood's upper shin. It's a bad one. It is a red card. And to be fair, it must have been bad because Chris Wood's gone off injured, hasn't he? The Gooners have got big gobs on TikTok. Paul O'Dwyer says, no Arsenal fan has said anything. Arsenal fans are the only ones who think they won't win it. Paul, listen, as someone who interacts with Arsenal fans daily, thousands of them, I can guarantee you there's a lot of them who think they've won that league and have done for months. 3-star, I'm getting frustrated, Key. All they have to do is remain calm. They're rushing it. Yeah, they should have taken an extra chance here. This is it. They've got to finish the game off and finish it off quickly, because honestly, as soon as it gets to half-time here, Farioli will be saying to the Porto players, listen, you're still in this. I know you're down to 10 men. I know you're tired, but you're still in this. They're wasting every opportunity that comes their way. Here's Hutchinson in the area. Oh, Forrest, give it away again. He's so wasteful, Hutchinson. Gotta do better. Every time he gets the ball in and around the area, he's giving it away. It's not good enough. Thing is, if Arteta goes, who comes in? Do they go and get Fabregas, or does he replace Rossinha? I'm not sure. If Como get the Champions League, I'm not sure Fabregas will want to leave. He's got total control there. I think he might fancy another season. But yeah, if Arteta was to leave, probably Maresca. Maresca suits Arsenal, doesn't he? That's kind of an Arsenal-style appointment. Betis are winning 2-1. Yeah, and the quad as well, sir. They thought that. Can't believe that someone who supports Liverpool, the biggest team in the UK, and supports City. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I don't support City. I support Liverpool. Maybe they could get Iraola. They could get Iraola. Yeah, Iraola wouldn't be a bad signing. But again, Iraola's apparently going to be going back to Bilbao. Ooh, Olaina might be getting a yellow card here. Farioli's screaming. There might be a claim for a red card for the Forest player here. All the Porto bench jumped up there screaming. Olaina's just getting a little talking to from the referee as he goes down. No, there's nothing in that. That's a dive. Como plays on Friday. Key has a City season ticket and a VIP box. Could Arsenal fans take a punt on Valverde? Would they go for him? Ernesto Valverde. Maybe. Yeah, I actually think Hansi Flick might be worth a look as well, because there's rumours that if Fabregas is to leave Como, he's being sought for Barca. And I think Hansi Flick is a manager that would actually suit the Premier League quite well. So I wonder whether or not Arsenal might maybe be inclined to take a gamble on, like Lewis was saying there, a more experienced manager. Foreign dark arts coming out there now. If Arteta leaves, Areola, Glasner, Enrique or Maresca will do. Yeah, Maresca, Glasner, Areola, all eminently possible. Don't think Enrique would swap Paris for North London. Tell you what though, Klopp would suit this Arsenal side. You listen, Klopp, with this Arsenal side, it would take a couple of seasons for him to just rewire the brain into, you need to actually attack. You need to actually go forward. And I want you to go forward together, not just like one at a time and then pass it back. You need to go forward in pairs and hunt. Shell, the Como Inter game was really good the other day. Yes, I saw that. Nico Paz scored an absolute belter, didn't he? Yeah, really good game. Lewis, is Slot staying or leaving? He's staying, Lewis, thankfully. Really hoping he does. But apparently that's the news out of Liverpool. Forest down the left-hand side. 5 minutes to go to half-time. We've already had 39 seconds of that. Forest in the area. Chance. Again, they're just wasteful. So wasteful. Calm it down. Gotta be. Oh! Oh, Dominguez. He's so unlucky. I tell you what, he's there. He's 6-yard box. He just got to get a better contact on this and it's a goal. Oh, what a finish that would have been. Dominguez ghosting in at the near post. Bang! Gets a header on it. Just goes wide of the far post. And that would have been it. That would have been it. Bang on half-time. That would have been 2-0. Tie pretty much done with. Porto down to 10 men. And still it hangs in the balance. This charming Dan, do you think there'll be any surprise Premier League sackings in the summer? Howe is looking precarious, and now that Mourinho has been mentioned, even Howe's fans are starting to get their heads turned. There's a fair few Newcastle fans starting to think about Jose Mourinho and maybe turn on Eddie Howe a little bit, yeah. Eddie Howe to Arsenal could be an interesting one. He's a very pragmatic manager. He might suit Arsenal if they were to move Arteta on. But yeah, Eddie Howe might be one. Trying to think of other maybe shock ones. There's not really any shock. I just wonder whether maybe we know that Glasner's going. We know that Iriola's going. I just wonder whether Fabian Hürzeler decides that his time's up at Brighton. Or maybe he's teased away by a big European job. Fabian Hürzeler's done a very good job with Brighton, by the way. Because again, people talk about how well Brentford have done. Brighton are only 2 points off Chelsea. Brighton win this weekend against Tottenham. There's every chance that they are sort of in the hunt for the Champions League places. And last season, Brighton only finished 5 points off a Champions League place again. So Fabian Hürzeler has really started to do well there. And again, he's the youngest manager in the Football League, isn't he? I think, or he was. I think he still is. Youngest manager in the entire Football League. And he's working with kids, basically, at Brighton, doing a great job. So I think Fabian Hürzeler might be teased away by a big European job. Not to disrespect Brighton, of course. Amorim back to the Premier League. Keep your eye out on that as well. I am Crew. There's potentially 4 Big 6 jobs becoming available. Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea and Arsenal. Brendan, Enrique may be sick of free-flowing, exciting football and wants to get his teeth stuck into some corners and long throws. I mean, he has been very, very vocal that he hates that style of play, doesn't he? He absolutely hates it. Amorim to Bournemouth. No, Amorim, I 1,000,000% believe Amorim is like a manager of a side with ambitions to compete in Europe. I honestly think Amorim might be the next manager of someone like Everton. That would be a real top appointment for Everton. If they move David Moyes on, and I've said for a while I still think David Moyes leaves Everton eventually. Very, very soon. I thought he might leave this season, but he's done quite well. But I think he'll go. I think they'll... Oh, Porto! Oh, tell you what. This is exactly the sort of thing. This is exactly the sort of thing that they need to start thinking about, Forest. Because it's only a little, look at that, a little set piece. And it's whipped across the face of goal. If that takes a little touch there at the far post, it's all level again. And then it just changes the whole picture of the tie. Forest 1-0 up. They're a man up. They should have killed this game off in the first half. The game should be dead. Vítor Pereira will be raging at half-time in there. He'll be raging at him. And he'll be devastated they haven't taken a chance. And that Porto are still in the game. Farioli will be made up with it. He'll be delighted. Well, maybe not made up, maybe not delighted. But given the fact that they're a man down and a goal down, he'll be absolutely delighted they've made it to half-time at 1-0. That's the perfect outcome for him. In terms of what could have happened after that, anyway. Right. Welsh Wing, you have a quiz for us, you said. Good, sir. I very much appreciate it. As always, Welsh Wing's half-time quizzes about to go down. Here we go. Right, let's get the half-time timer going. Welsh Wing, half-time quiz. Top 20 Europa League highest goal scorers since the rebranding in 2009 that have at some point played in the Premier League. Wow. Right. Okay, Europa League goal scorers that have some point played in the Premier League. Falcao. I would say Falcao. I would say Forlan. Forlan maybe. Moyes will leave Everton eventually. You're spot on. Nothing gets past Yuki. Yeah, of course he will eventually. So Arteta's got Arsenal from 10th to 2nd, multiple seasons in the FA Cup. How can't he even keep Newcastle consistent? Lukaku is 4th. Okay. Lukaku, 4th. Forlan and Falcao. Falcao's 2nd. What about Forlan? Giroud, Kane. Not Forlan. Okay, not Forlan. It's got to be Sevilla players, hasn't it? I'm trying to think of Sevilla players. Porto will try some more sneaky tactics. Top Europa League goal scorers. Oh, that have played top Europa League goal scorers since 2009 that have played in the Premier League. Aubameyang, Defoe, Lacazette, Hazard. Has Hazard really played that much in the Europa League? Giroud is 7th. Okay, fair enough. I stand corrected. Giroud is 7th. Porto will try some more sneaky tactics. Kane is 15th. Wow, Kane, 15th. Good answer. I would never have said Harry Kane. Dele Alli. Aubameyang's 1st. Sweet Lord. How have I not got Aubameyang? Aubameyang 1st. Nolito, Torres, surely Jesus Navas. Someone said Jesus Navas, but I don't know if he's there. Son, Heung-min Son, yes, Son and Dele Alli. If Kane's there, you would imagine they are as well, right? Elliot Plum, come on, you Reds. Yes, Elliot. Son is 18th. 18th is Heung-min Son. Lacazette. This charming dancer said Eddie Howe is a good coach, but his halftime team talks could possibly cure insomnia, judging by how sleepy his players seem to be in the second half of games. To be fair, we used to say the same about Jurgen Klopp, because he used to send ours. We always conceded goals. We started terribly under Jurgen Klopp. Suso and Andy Carroll. Sterling as well is not a bad shout. Madhouse says, what's the question? The question is the top 20 or top 25? Torres is 8th. Lacazette is 6th. Torres, 6th is Lacazette. Yeah, so it was the top 20, 25 Europa League goal scorers since the rebrand in 2009, since it became Europa League, not UEFA Cup, that have played in the Premier League at some point. Sturridge is not a bad shout. Not Sterling or Costa. Balotelli. What about Balotelli? What about Iago Aspas? Yeah, Iago Aspas, possibly. Top 20 it was. Okay. P for Pizarro. No, I don't think it's alphabet. It's just top 20. Balotelli and Iago Aspas. Not a terrible shout. Sturridge is 17th. 17th, Sturridge. Okay. Mr. Arsenal podcast, sad news about Alex Manninger today. Yeah, very much so. Very, very taken too soon. Very sad. Not Balotelli, Darwin Núñez. No, I don't think he'll be in there. Rooney in the Europa League. Coutinho. Again, I don't think so, but maybe. Maybe. Trying to think who else will have played in it. Is there anyone? Not Pogba? No, not Pogba. Martial, Rashford. Rashford's not a bad shout. Martial and Rashford's probably not terrible shouts. I'm trying to think. There's got to be centre forwards we've missed. Centre forwards, they've got to have played in the Premier League as well. Oh, Chelsea have had a fair few. Someone like Schürrle or Schürrle. Rashford's 12th. Schürrle. Dzeko. Maybe Dzeko. Schürrle. No, hang on a minute. Who did we say? Rashford is 12th. So if you've just joined us, we're doing the top 20 Europa League. Top 20 Europa League goal scorers since 2009, since the rebrand, that have played in the Premier League. So far, we have Aubameyang first. We have second, Falcao. Fourth is Lukaku. Sixth is Lacazette. Eighth is Torres. 12th is Rashford. 17th, Sturridge. 15th is Kane, sorry. And that's all we've got so far. Dzeko is third. Hey! I thought I'd get one eventually. Dzeko's third. Willian, no. Fernandes, Fowler, Lingard, not Watkins, not Lingard. It's got to be more recent, hasn't it? Loic Remy, maybe? Was Iago Aspas wrong? I've asked about Iago Aspas. Iago Aspas, maybe? Welsh wing? Could Iago Aspas be on the cards? Zlatan. Again, did Zlatan play that much in the Europa League? I'm not sure if he did. But we could say it. Zlatan's probably not a terrible shout. Firmino. Willian's just outside the top 20. Zlatan, Aspas, they're the ones being pushed. Mario Pasalic. Not Aspas. No, Aspas is a no. Sammy, he won it in 2017. That's not what we're talking about, mate. We are talking about players who have played in the Premier League who are the top scorers in the Europa League since 2009. Highest goal scorers in the Europa League since 2009, but they must have at some point played in the Premier League. Not Eriksen and not Zlatan. Wow, we're getting into the nitty-gritty here then. I'm struggling. Really struggling. Sorloth. Yes, Sorloth's probably not a terrible shout. Højlund, Juan Mata. Lamella. Xerxes. Did they play that often, innit? What about No, no chance. Mata's 19th. 19th is Juan Mata. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 12 out of 20. There's loads left. Demba Ba, Lucas Moura. Bryn, weird key. I can't comment. Why? What's happening? Why can't you comment? What's said? What's it saying, Bryn? Isco, Xhaka, Lamella is 13th. Eric Lamella, 13th. Did we say Son and did we say Dele Alli? Danny Welbeck, Llorente. Oh, yeah, it's got to be Llorente. Llorente has to be there. I would put my mortgage on Fernando Llorente being there. Fernando Llorente spent ages scoring goals in the Europa League for Bilbao and for Tottenham. And yeah, Fernando Llorente, I'd be astonished if he's not in there. I'm surprised you haven't got 5th yet. What sort of numbers are we talking? How many goals has got 20th? We've got Kane. Son is 18th. Okay, we had Son. Yeah, Son's there. João Pedro, Brighton, Mane. Nah, man. See, Mane didn't score that many for us in the Europa League. He could be homeless in about 20 minutes. Why? What's happening in 20 minutes? In about 20 minutes? Why? What's happening in 20 minutes? Llorente is 14th. Hey! I knew he'd be there. Thought he'd be a lot higher than 14th in fairness. But Llorente is there. Perfect. Right, there you go. We're starting to make some traction here, folks. Aritz Adjuriz. Adjuriz never played in the Prem. They've got to have played in the Prem. We're doing the top 20 Europa League goal scorers since 2009, since the rebrand. from UEFA Cup to Europa League, top scorers in the Europa League that have played in the Premier League. So far, we have Fernando Llorente, Eric Lamela, Juan Mata, Dzeko, Rashford, Sturridge, Lacazette, Torres, Heung-min Son, Aubameyang, Kane, Giroud, Lukaku, and Falcao. There are 6 left to go. 6 left to go. Dirk Kuyt didn't score enough. I can't see it being Dirk Kuyt. Solanke, João Pedro maybe for Chelsea. Again, João Pedro didn't play much in the Europa League, did he? And Kunku. And Kunku probably not a terrible shout. Tammy Abraham probably not a terrible shout. Defoe. How is there no Lookman? Yeah, Ademola Lookman. I would be astonished if Ademola Lookman's not there. Tammy Abraham's 20th. I mean, to be fair, Lookman got a hat-trick in the final, didn't he? Was that in the Europa League or the Conference League fight? It was the Europa League, wasn't it? Defoe is 16th. Berbatov. No. Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane, probably not a bad shout. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 left to get. 4 more to go. The Spanish winger, Pedro. Oh, yeah, Pedro, of course. Pedro from Barcelona and Chelsea time and went on to play for Lazio. And yeah, definitely could be Pedro. Could be Pedro. Lookman is 11th. Good shout. Very good shout. Well done. Lion DT, what do you think the end results might be for Forest v Porto? I think, honestly, I mean, listen, I feel crazy saying this. The more the game is going on, I actually feel like Porto might pinch it here, get taken to penalties. I think Forest have to sort themselves out. They've been terrible. Since they scored the goal, they've been so wasteful going forward. It's not Pedro. Okay, it's not Pedro. We've had Cavani. I think someone's guessed Cavani, and I think it was a no. We had Gerrard, and he was a no as well. Rodgers. Can't see it being Morgan Rodgers. So far, just a reminder of the ones we've got. If you've just joined us, we are doing a halftime quiz, as we always do, courtesy of our friend Welshwing, our quizzer in the chat, who has brought one, and it is the top 20 Europa League goal scorers since 2009, since the rebrand, that have at some point in their career played in the Premier League. So far, we have Tammy Abraham, Fernando Llorente, Eric Lamela, Juan Mata, Edin Dzeko, Marcus Rashford, Daniel Sturridge, Lacazette, Fernando Torres, Heung-min Son, Aubameyang, Kane, Giroud, Lukaku, Falcao, Defoe, and Lookman. There are 3 left to get. 3 more left to get. Freddie Canute. Again, Freddie Canute, was he not kind of already retired or moving on by the time this all happened, I guess? Higuain, was he in the Europa at all? Yeah, Gonzalo Higuain was in there for a spell. It could be him. Gonzalo. Lukaku. I think we've had Lukaku. Lukaku's 4th. Yeah, Lukaku's 4th. Carlos Bacca never played in the Prem, did he, Andy? I don't think. Right, here we go. Big change for Porto. Varela has come on. I like this fella. Varela. Couple of big changes this for Porto, because it does just give them maybe a little bit more of a, I don't know, a bit more of a base to go forward. Victor Froholt's coming on as well. Another player that quite a few teams are looking at. Kivior's gone off for Vega. Oh, sorry, Kivior's come on for Vega, rather. Not Higuain. Give us some clues, yeah, because we're very close to the second half. Well, we are starting the second half, and we need 3 more. So you're going to have to give us some clues, mate. Give us some half-decent clues. See if we can sort them in the next couple of minutes. Claim for a free kick, and it is a free kick for Porto right on the edge of the box. Goodness me, what is going on here with Forest? And you know what? They've got nobody else to blame but themselves here. I tell you what, if Porto score here, bang on the edge of the box, this is Yeah, bad stuff. One of them is playing now and is argued to be player of the season. Igor Thiago? Haaland? Fernandes is 5th. Bruno Fernandes. Okay, now we've got 2 left to get. Who else have we got? 2 others. Look at how many players they've got round the free kick here, Porto. Another one played for Arsenal and United. Welbeck. Maybe Welbeck. Could it be Danny Welbs? He played in the Europa League quite a bit. Danny Welbeck. Could be Mkhitaryan as well, maybe. Mkhitaryan. Again, he scored in the Europa League against Liverpool. Maybe it's Mkhitaryan. Free kick for Porto. Gomez is over it at the edge of the box. Reyes, I would guess. Mkhitaryan and Reyes. Here we go. Free kick for Porto, edge of the box. Big chance if they score this one. Terrible free kick. Strike from the edge of the box again, and they waste it. Absolutely wasted. Mickey is 9th. Mkhitaryan is 9th. And we've got one more left to get, who is sadly departed. I would imagine that is Antonio Reyes, surely. Or maybe Diogo Jota. But again, Jota didn't play that much in the Europa League. I don't think Jota played that much in the Europa. Did play a little bit for... Well, maybe he did actually for Atletico. And could be Jota. Wolves then the season with us. Yeah, I mean, he had... Yeah, maybe he did actually, because he played in the Europa League with us in 2023, so he had a couple of seasons in the Europa League with us. Far post, Porto. They're already starting to press. This is looking scary for Forest here. All that set up to kick it into the wall. Christian Atsu. Yeah, Jota is 10th. Liverpool and Atletico. Nice. Nice quiz, that, Welshwing. Good stuff. Well, there you go. That was our half-time quiz, courtesy of Welshwing. Thank you very much, mate. As always, very much appreciated. Very good quiz. Top goal scorers in the Europa League since the rebrand in 2009 that have at some point played in the Premier League. It was Tammy Abraham, Fernando Llorente, Eric Lamela, Juan Mata, Diogo Jota, Dzeko, Rashford, Sturridge, Lacazette, Torres, Son, Kane, Giroud, Lukaku, Defoe, Lookman, Bruno Fernandes, Mkhitaryan, Falcao and Aubameyang. Mr. Arsenal fan, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you. How's things? Forest in the area, cleared away edge of the box, strike, must be, oh, again, a big block. Big block. As always, a very good quiz, yes. You're tired. Get yourself to bed early, mate. Have a nice early night. Get yourself a cup of tea. And after the game's finished, maybe, get yourself an early night. Best thing. And when you get up, go and have a nice long stroll. It's getting to that time of year as well where it's just, you feel, I don't know, you start feeling tired earlier as well, don't you? Can't quite make its mind up when it's going dark and when it's light now. Feels like it's lighter earlier, obviously. Lewis, if you had to choose what you preferred, Arsenal to win the Prem or the Champions League, I guess I'd rather them win the Prem. Yeah, but I don't really care. I'd rather they don't win either, to be honest. But if they have to win one, I don't really mind which it is. Because whichever one it is, there'll still be a tinge. I honestly think it's gone that far with Arsenal fans that even if they do win the league, there'll still be real disappointment among the fan base, even if that's all they win. Because it'll be like, oh, we made such a hard go of it trying to like get over the line. And yeah, you didn't win it convincingly. Chances are, by the way, Liverpool won the league last year with 84 points, which is one of the lowest points totals for a Premier League title winner in some time. It wasn't a great season. Like I said, I didn't claim Liverpool last year were great title winners. But it's infinitely possible that Arsenal or City win it with less than 84 points. So they're going to be even worse title winners than Liverpool in many ways. Porto with a flick on. Would you rather have Diallo or Saka? Bukayo Saka. Yeah, I like Amad Diallo though, but I would definitely rather have Saka. This season his form's a bit all over the place, but don't get it twisted. Bukayo Saka's absolutely brilliant. Diallo's very wasteful as well at times, but he's a good player. AK Athens 3, Vallecano 0. Goodness me. I thought Vallecano would have been through in the first leg. Here's Froholt. Porto down the right-hand side. What is going on here for Forest? How are they in this position? They're making really hard work of this. Betis game is tied now. Pierre BT. Have you ever kissed a girl, son? You ever kissed a girl? Lewis, Saka injured this season. Don't see him returning. No, probably not returning this season, but I like Saka. I do like him. I think if it was a straight choice between Saka or Amad, I'd probably go Saka. Rachel, I've got a friend who supports Arsenal and her husband supports Tottenham. Good luck. I wouldn't want to be in that household at the end of the season. And they both could be disappointed. Arsenal could go down and Spurs could get relegated. Imagine that. They'd both be devastated. I guess they both couldn't give each other stick, though. That might be one benefit. Will Don'tkov just need 2 wins? Yeah, just 2 wins. They play Blackburn tomorrow night, so we'll be watching that one. Yeah, Derek, yeah, we heard earlier on about Alex Manninger. Very sad. Very sad. 3-star, if we bottle this tonight, would not surprise me to see gaffer number 5 from Mr. Maranakis. It's so bad. I can't tell you how much. It's so obvious they've switched off as well. And look at the Porto fans. They're really up for it. They're not giving up. Porto fans are still believing here. They're down to 10. They're only a goal down, and they still believe. They're still there, giving it the big one. It's a tough away leg, this one. City ground with 10 men, but they're giving it a fair go. Look how good, again, Forest giving the ball away. Oh, I think Wolves are officially down. Yeah, if they lose to Leeds, Burnley might be the same if City beat them midweek. What a comeback from Braga. Far post from Forest, header over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick. Gibbs White screaming. Gibbs White is screaming for a corner he's not going to get. Hudson-Odoi is so underrated. See, I'm not a massive fan of Hudson-Odoi, but I absolutely do agree with what you said about Diallo. Diallo's brilliant. I like Amad Diallo. I do think United have a problem, though, in the summer, because I don't think Amad Diallo is good enough to necessarily drag United to a top 4, top 5 place next year. I think they need better on that right-hand side, but they also can't kind of like keep him out the side. I feel like they need to keep playing him. It's like Key being married to a United fan. Yeah, I'm lucky my missus doesn't really watch football. She's not interested in it. Amad thrived under Amorim, one of the few players who did. He's been poor since he left. I think he suited the right wing-back thing, didn't he? The right wing-back for Amad was really good because he could get forward, but he was disciplined. He knew how to hold his position, and he did track back. He works hard, but he didn't maybe have the attacking output as much, or maybe the attacking responsibility as much. Dorgu's going to be another interesting one as well. We all know how good Dorgu was before the injury. But it'd be interesting to see where they play him, because he's not a left back. He's absolutely not a left back. He's a left wing back. He was signed as a left wing back. And when Carrick got in to the side, they put him at left wing, didn't they? They put him at left mid. So when Dorgu comes back, he's kind of like, can't really put him. He's only young as well, so he'll want games, but you're not going to put him at left wing ahead of Cunha. Porto in down the left-hand side, far post, big chance, off the bar, header. Oh my goodness me, Forest are getting so lucky here. Oh, now on the counter-attack, Forest. Could they kill it off up the other end? Here's Hudson-Odoi. Oh my God, this is end-to-end. It's like a basketball game. Hudson-Odoi in the area, edge of the box, strike, just wide. Oh my God, what is going on in this game? What on earth is going on in this game? Forest hanging on off the crossbar from Gomez. Ortega, no chance. This could get messy. This could get really messy. If Porto equalise, I honestly, I think they might even go on and finish it off. Madhouse, is your missus from the same town as Yuki? Kind of. She's broadly the same area, but she moved around a bit. She went to Australia for a bit. It was one of them. We had that kind of like, we were actually in the same street because one of her relatives lived very close to me, and when lives like three doors down from where my mum and dad lived, where I grew up. One of her relatives lived like 3 doors down, and they had a wedding where all the family were at that house. So like my missus was there. I don't know, she'd have been. She's 3 years younger than me, like, but we should have been there when I was like 9, maybe. We'd have been in the same street together, and that's the only time our paths ever really crossed, until we were in our kind of mid to late 20s, or rather, no, me in my mid 20s, her in her early 20s. If he's not good enough for Man U, he can always come back to Sunderland. We still bloody love him up here. Yeah, he was good at Sunderland as well, wasn't he? I see Forest getting another. So it was an arranged marriage key. Not quite, no. I don't think she'd quite put it like that. We met him work. Same as a lot of people do, don't they, nowadays? My mum and dad met in work. I met her at work. You just kind of meet people in the office and a romance blossoms. It's just one of them things. Good ball in. Costa claims it. Key, would you have a night with me, brother? Oh, would I? Oh, I'd relish it. Why are you not watching Bromley v Cambridge? I don't know, What scores Bromley v Cambridge? I've got that tonight. How are they getting on? Still 0-0. Posh are getting beat by Vale as well. Oh! Brian, I said fight. Whoa! Oh, nah, I'm not having a near fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter, Bri. Porto. Oh, unlucky. Who's the dream signing this summer, Key? Dream signing. Probably Elise. I don't think it's going to happen, mind. That Froholt is a player for Porto. Surprised he didn't start. Yeah, United were after him for a while, weren't they? Lewis, what did you do before YouTube? I worked in advertising and recruitment and sales and sports and education and sales, basically. I was a salesman for a long time. I had my own business. I did all right. But yeah, 9 to 5. And then before that, I worked in I worked in a warehouse. I worked in the NHS for a couple of years when I was out of college. I've been a bit of a mixed bag. Bit of a mixed bag. But I settled into one particular field when I was in my early 20s, and I kind of stuck at that. Did quite well out of it. But yeah, this is now my bag. Strike from Forest, good block. Sailing the seven seas. Captain Pugwash. Broken verdict, I found work relationships weird, but then again, I'm a robot. I always kept it professional. A professional colleague level. In fairness, I kind of always make the joke, because we actually didn't really start dating as such till she left. So I always make a joke that, yeah, I kind of I kind of waited until you were out the business before. I would never do it because I'm super professional. But no, yeah, you don't shit where you eat. That's as a general rule. I would agree. I think you try and keep it professional. Don't shit where you eat. It's not smart. But yeah, I met her when I was at work. By the end of this game, my mum's going to need a new frigging telly. I'm not surprised. Penalty for Strasbourg. Froholt's just chopped Hudson-Odoi. Milenkovic about to come on here now. Palace are getting beat, but still 2-1. They're not losing out there, are they? They need to get a real hide in, to be fair. 2 more for Fiorentina required. I think Ligue 1 is the second best in the world at our defence. It's alright. Forest with Hudson-Odoi down the left-hand side. Hope Palace win the Conference League. Me too. Yeah, I hope they do as well. Broken verdict. Just when it goes wrong, the whole workplace is affected. More stress at work is a no-no for me. But respect key. You find love where you find it. That's it. That's it. You find it where you find it. But yeah, generally speaking, I probably wouldn't have ever gone there while anything was like that. But no, as soon as she left, I made my intentions very clear. Although, to be fair, I would argue she made her intentions very clear. I was pursued fervently. In spite of what she says, that is absolutely what happened. Omega missed the penalty for Strasbourg. Murillo struggling, and Dan and Doy coming off for Milenkovic. To be honest, a lot of Forest now is Hudson-Odoi has improved things down the right-hand side. It's going to be a corner to Forest. Williams with the shot. Nico Williams is probably doing more. Thiago Silva with a big block. But honestly, there's just not an awful lot of... No, that's not a penalty. There's just not an awful lot of dynamism about this Forest side. Milenkovic about to come on. No surprise that Ndoy's going off. He's had a bad game. Is Kivior playing? Kivior just came on at half-time for Gabri Vega. Gabri Vega's another one whose career's kind of gone downhill. He's Chelsea come the summer, ain't he, Omega? I think so. Yeah, I think he is. It's all pretty much agreed anyway. Pretty much agreed. How's he doing so far? So-so. Forest strike over the bar. Yeah, so-so. Forest attack is shaky. Porto somehow still in this. And this Betis and Braga game's been great. I was so close to watching that one as well. Yeah, can't really argue. It's been a good one. But so far, I have Forest to go through. Excuse me. Right, I've got Betis to win the tie, Forest to win the tie, Mainz to win the tie. Goodness me. Oh no. What score was Strasbourg in the first leg? 2-0. Oh, they've just scored. Strasbourg are 3-0 up now. That's it. This charming Dan says, with Ahmad on loan, Sunderland were very close to going up, but we had a lot of injuries and had to play Pat Roberts at right back in the playoffs. Our defence was so short. Their heads barely came above the grass. Broken verdict. Let me ask you a question, Key. Do you think if City get found guilty, will they ever be considered bigger than clubs like United, Liverpool and Arsenal? Yeah, if they get found guilty or if they get found not guilty. Is that what we're saying? I guess if they get found guilty, then it depends what punishment is doled out to them. If they get found not guilty, then yeah, absolutely City can be bigger than those clubs. If they keep going at the rate they have done, you know, winning Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues at the rates they have, then yeah, I think they probably will. Murillo's down. Jabber, Key sneezing on stream. YouTube penalty. Yeah, I've seen enough. YouTube penalty applied. Give Dock Everton 10 points immediately. The worst in the Premier League. YouTube, honestly. Right, so basically I need a Mainz goal and I need a... What's the Betis game looking like? Betis are 1-1, so Braga are in front. Wow, can't be having that. Cannot be having that. Braga. So I need a Betis goal and a Mainz goal. Betis goal and a Mainz goal at the minute. Mainz are so poor tonight. Deserved result. I really thought Mainz would do it tonight. I thought they'd have it in the bag. 3-0 for Strasbourg is baffling. And Betis, my God, Betis are my Spanish team. Anthony and Ezal Zuli run the show in the first half, and they had a goal disallowed as well. They should have been 3 up. Forest players could be injured. Yep, quite a few Forest players struggling. Murillo, Hudson-Odoi, both of them struggling. He's not good. Not in a relegation battle anyway. This is not what you want to see. Who do Forest play if they get through? Villa. Aston Villa. What punishment should Man City get? Depends entirely on what they get found guilty of, I guess. There's a lot of things that they've got to be tried on. If they found guilty, do you think the stain would devalue anything they have done during this period, hence unlikely to be considered as big as those clubs? No, I think, listen, people will have their opinion, won't they? People will have their opinion on it, whether or not they do, and even if they get found not guilty. Listen, let's be honest. I feel like if City get found not guilty, they've already been condemned by the court of public opinion, haven't they? Everyone already thinks that City are guilty. If the Premier League make an announcement that City are not guilty, everyone's going to go, oh yeah, brown envelopes, course, yeah. Integrity is completely destroyed for the Premier League. Credibility is entirely gone. The Premier League have to do something because their entire credibility is on the line here. But again, we don't know what they've been found guilty of, if anything. Maybe they are not guilty of everything. We don't know. But my point is that people have already kind of made their minds up. Shahid, are you streaming tomorrow, Key? Yes, absolutely. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm streaming every single day. That will never change. Never ever change. Every day. I've kept that for as long as I'm able to. We're trying to keep that streak going as long as we can. Oh, it is Hudson-Odoi. He's going to have to go off here. And Murillo too. It's going to have to be another 2 changes for Forest. They're done. They're struggling. Players are down here. And it's going to be Morato to come on. And I think maybe one more here. Who else? I would say still Arsenal are bigger than City, bigger fans. I mean, listen, each to their own. I personally would say that City are bigger than Arsenal, and I think Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal now as well. Backward is coming on for Hudson-Odoi, and it's Morato for Murillo. Lewis, if they're guilty, teams that lost finals or came second get the trophies. No, it gets voided, so those competitions effectively just didn't exist. They won't exist. Finally, Forest players use their brains to put the ball out. 4-0, Omega, Strasbourg, absolutely flying tonight. Hudson-Odoi looks quite upset as he's going off the pitch here. I think he's maybe even thinking, because there's claims for Hudson-Odoi potentially that he could be going to the World Cup. And I think there's a real question mark now, depending on how bad that injury is, but it looks a bad one. Does look a bad one. Could he be called up for England? That left side is still an area of the pitch that England are lacking in. World Cup over who? Yeah, he's already played. He has already played for England, Hudson-Odoi. So I would imagine he would be going on that left-hand side maybe as an option over Madueke. Or maybe an option over, I don't know, Anthony Gordon. Harvey Barnes is another one being considered on that left-hand side. Shahid, I'm happy about that because I love the channel. Thanks, Shahid. Very kind of you. I love you, mate, as well. Saka a doubt for the World Cup. Dauman's not going to the World Cup. Problem is Arsenal's global presence is way bigger than City's and Chelsea's combined. It's not even close. You got countries where half the fans are Arsenal and the other half are United. There's just no way to quantify that, though, is there? We don't know how many fans there are in different countries. It's just kind of a perception that you get. You know, you never really know how many fans there are around the world for each club. It's just kind of what you see. You're in your own experience. Jellyfish every day. How do you do it? What if you get the flu? I have been on here with the flu. People will vouch for that. I've absolutely done streams with the flu. But generally, I'm quite, again, you wouldn't think it to look at me, but I'm generally quite, fit and healthy. I'm okay. And it takes a lot to wipe me out. So I've yet to have a day off due to illness yet. I think I did, to be fair, last year I did end the stream early. It was a pre-season one. It was like it might have been a Latvian game or something like that. I think it might have been a Latvian game, and it was a really poor game. And I was absolutely full of a cold. Nail biting now. I got the flu from Key once. Was it from me doing terrible accents, impressions of you? I imagine that's got to transmit something. Not good, anyway. I would advise you to go and get a test. Palace are getting beat 2-1 against Fiorentina. Still got that cushion, though, haven't they? They're still 4-2 up on aggregate. Jackie, who would you rather have, Rio Engamoa or Max? Rio Engamoa, yeah. He's scored 2 match winners, basically, in the Premier League, whereas Max Darman's not done that at all. So I think we've seen more from Rio Engamoa than we've seen of Max Darman, but both very talented young players. I absolutely wouldn't swap Rio for Max, put it that way. But that said, I expect Arsenal fans wouldn't swap Darman for Rio either, and that's totally their right as well. But no, I wouldn't swap the two. He's done very well when he's played Rio. Braga have scored again against Betis. That's mine down, I think. Think Sunderland will win v Villa. I hope so. I really hope so. I'd love it if they got a result, even if it's just a draw against Villa. Sunderland are still within touching distance of those European places, aren't they? So it won't be over for them. But I'll tell you what, we've talked about Forest giving the ball away tonight, but I'll tell you what, Porto are giving them a run for the money. Strike! Big save! Oh, massive save from Diogo Costa. That is, wow. Porto, they're having to take some chances here, Porto, to just try and get themselves forward, try and squeeze Forest up. And the result is that they're giving the ball away far too easily, far too cheaply. And Forest have had lots of chances to kill the game off. They're still not doing it, though. Broken verdict, do you reckon Ekatiki's Liverpool career could potentially be stunted or over? Out for maybe 9 months, then maybe he doesn't even recover from that Achilles. That injury hurts explosiveness, no joke. It can do, and it has done. I honestly don't think Ekatiki is a player that relies on pace. I genuinely don't think. He's not slow, but he's never really been a player that has relied on brute, raw pace. He's always been kind of gangly and he's been a bit more Trezeguet than Henry, if you know what I mean by that. He's kind of ungainly and movement's good off the ball, gets in good areas, quite a good finisher, drifts wide into the channel, picks up little pockets of space. He's not really a player that relies on the sort of pace that I don't think an Achilles will destroy him. He's far more likely to become a Bobby Firmino than he is anything else. Olaine is a real player. I like Olaine. Yeah, talented player. We very nearly signed him on a free last year, apparently. You're hardcore, Key. I respect you for your determination and dedication. It's hard work, mate. Very much hard work. Graham, Night Oxford. Yeah, take it easy. Oxford fan. Have a good one, man. The Charming Dan says the problem with the City case is how long it's taking. They should have had a set timescale for the verdict. After the case was presented, the longer it takes, the more people come to their own conclusions. I think the frustrations is there's not really it's tens of thousands of transactions and documents to go through, going back over a decade. That's a lot of work for people to go through to investigate with a fine-tooth comb and find, the fly in the ointment, I don't know how you're going to do that and do it in an accurate way in a really short space of time. What are Forest doing? They look so uninterested. It's another free kick for Porto. Milenkovic brings the Porto player down. But I think apparently apparently from what we've heard, there has been a sort of a broad agreement on Manchester City and what happens. It has already been agreed, but there's very few people who actually know what that is, and it's not going to be announced until the end of the season to protect the integrity of the Premier League. Because obviously if they were to announce it now, the title race is done, isn't it? Let's say City got docked 60 points, then, the relegation race becomes null and void. The title race becomes null and void. It kind of changed. Basically, the last few weeks of the Premier League become pointless. So sponsors wouldn't be very happy because there's nothing riding on those games if City get found guilty tomorrow. So it's only going to happen at the end of the season. Definitively. Porto in the area. Far post. Oh! Fofana so close. He's screaming at the fans saying, come on, let's get up for it. Jackie, City, he's going to be forced to do a public apology in 30 minutes of forced labour. Adam, where does Nicholas Jackson go next? I'd take Nicholas Jackson at Liverpool. No problem. There's rumours linking us with a move for Darwin Núñez next year as well. I'd take either of those on loan if we could. Happily have either of those on loan. Given the fact that we've got Isak, Ekatiki's not going to be back till Christmas at the earliest. We just need a backup centre forward. So, yeah, Jackson suits that. Núñez suits that. Betis nearly conceded then. Betis are done. Betis and Strasbourg are going through. Braga and Strasbourg are going through. Lewis with Chelsea loan players to Liverpool. They have done before. Yeah, they have done before. They loaned us Victor Moses. Yeah, I'm sure they would. I'm certain they would. And we've sold players to Chelsea, and they've bought players from us, and we've bought players from them, and yeah, I don't think there's necessarily any bad blood with Liverpool and Chelsea, at least not in the first team. We've pinched a couple of youth players from Chelsea, and think they've pinched a couple of youth players from us as well. I'm not sure that there's an awful lot of ill will, though. I'm sure it'd be fine. Forest, good turn, but good defending from Porto. It's a free kick to Porto as well. Igor Jesus is baffled by that. I do, yeah. I think Sunderland will get a win, yeah, this week. It's not this weekend, is it? Predict the Europa League final, Key. At this stage, I would say it's probably going to be... I didn't think Strasbourg would make it, but... not Strasbourg. Sorry. Let me reconvene. I think it's going to be Forest and Freiburg. Or Villa and Freiburg. Yeah, that would be my take at the minute. I think Freiburg are better than Betis. Well, assuming Betis going out now, which it looks like they will. I think Braga will go out in the semi. So I would back Freiburg to beat Braga, and I would back whoever wins out of Villa and Forest to beat them. So it might be Villa Freiburg, or it might be Forest Freiburg. We'll have to wait and see. Broken verdict. You can't really have a timescale for such a case. Millions of pounds and years of transactions. City can appeal, I believe, as well. You have to have it at the end of the season. I don't think they actually can appeal. I don't think they can appeal this one. So there's no appeals process. It's given. It's at the punishment is given immediately. Jellyfish, I watched the film Saipan and not bad. I thought the accents were nearly there. Coogan can do a Yorkshire accent like Mick, easy. As he used to do his comedy on Yorkshire accents. He did, yeah. Steve Coogan's done well in that role, hasn't he? I love that film though. I've not watched it yet, but I love the story, and I've seen the clips and stuff going round, so I'm sure it'll be a good film. Corner to Forest, 83 minutes on the clock. A goal here just settles the entire City ground down if they can pinch one here. If they can get something back. Ball whipped in. Forest cleared away. Key, every time you respond to my comment, YouTube's giving me an advert. I think they're doing it because I think I said they had the nerve of blaming you for your laptop crashes when their app is often shit. Yeah, well, I can't control that, mate. Like I say, nothing I can do about that. But yeah, maybe I just don't read your comments out for a while. Give you a bit of a break. Jordan Sawyer back again. What's your ideal summer for Liverpool, considering Salah's going, Robertson's gone, Ekatike out till January? Do you think you can buy the right players, or more importantly, enough players? Off the bar from Porto again. Oh my God, they have been so lucky here, Forest. Talk about riding your luck. Oh my God, they have lived very dangerously tonight. Forest now driving forward. Could they kill it off here though? Strike. Oh, just wide. Oh my God, from Dominguez. Wow. Absolutely mad. Yes, by the way, Jordan, do I think that Liverpool will sign enough players? Yes. Last season, we sold 6 to 8 players. We brought in the same sort of number. I think we'll do it again. Arne Slot and the club are already starting to give out this, we've not got much money. We're kind of, we haven't really got that much to play with. We've not got much money to spend, and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's really normal just before you're about to spend big money again. So I think we'll spend quite a bit. United isn't going well when the woodwork is against you. Two times they've hit the woodwork with 10 men as well. Honestly, this is one of them games where, yeah, Forest will just be, I think, very fortunate to be in the semis, because based off what we've seen tonight, Porto have probably been, they've had the better chances. Porto have had the better chances with 10 men. And the goal that Forest scored was a big old slice of luck. 6-7, that's it. 6-7, absolutely, mate. Yeah, I think we probably will move 6 to 7 on, and we'll probably bring 6 to 7 in. If they could make a film about a Liverpool scandal, what would it be about? Ooh, now that is a good question. What would it be about if they were to make a film about a Liverpool scandal? Gerard Houllier and Robbie Fowler falling out might be one. Maybe Gerrard handing in his transfer request and then pulling it back out. You could have that. That might be one. Trying to think of other kind of transfer sagas that might be worth talking about with Liverpool. Probably those are the only ones. Yeah. Marie, what evening key? What are the games you're covering this weekend? So this weekend I am doing. So first off, tomorrow we're going to be live for Blackburn against Coventry. Huge game at the top and the bottom of the Championship. That one, massive game. Really looking forward to it. So that one should be good fun. And then we've got Saturday we're doing Tottenham against Brighton 5:30. Chelsea Man United 8 o'clock. Sunday. Talk about Super Sunday. Sunday is going to be ridiculous. We're doing Everton Liverpool and City against Arsenal. So the biggest of the big games on Sunday. I'll be there for both of them. Hopefully you will too as well, Marie. Jordan says it reminds me of us against Leeds on Monday. We were terrible but seemed to be better with 10 men. Villa have scored again, 4-0. The Dalglish, Suarez, Evra. That's probably another one worth looking at, yeah. The Dalglish, Suarez, Evra incident, very much so. Could do the same, just have it called Suarez, couldn't you? Just have it called Suarez and have it as like a mockumentary, not a mockumentary, but you know what I mean, like the same sort of thing as Saipan. You could do that and have it about him biting Ivanovic. You could have him putting a transfer request in to go to Arsenal and Gerrard having a chat with him and saying, listen, if you're going to put a transfer request in to leave Liverpool, don't do it to go to Arsenal. Do it to go to Barca or Madrid. If you stay here and stick with us for a year, you'll be the best player in the league. You can leave to Barca or Madrid in a year, and that's exactly what happened, basically. But he put a transfer request in to go to Arsenal. As Xabi Alonso did as well, by the way. Funnily enough, a lot of Liverpool fans are very quick to forget that. Get Xabi back in. Yeah, I remember him putting a transfer request in to go to Arsenal as well. It wasn't even a good Arsenal side either. They were garbage. Oh, what a turn. What a run. Unlucky. 88 minutes on the clock. Not long left. Porto got to start doing something. Is there a doc on Yap Stam falling out with Sir Alex? How United lost their Van Dijk. There probably is somewhere, but I've not seen one. Is there a Hillsborough movie? There's quite a few. Quite a few very good ones as well, like in terms of giving proper fan accounts as well. More like documentaries and stuff like that. Not sure about a serialised fiction one, but not fiction, but you know what I mean, acted sort of thing. I don't know about that. There might well be. I'm sure there has been. But there's definitely lots of very, very good, credible documentary. In fact, there is. No, there is. There was a serial drama. I'm sure ITV did one, didn't they? Serial ITV drama on Hillsborough. I'm sure they did. Yeah. 4 minutes of added times. Konza scored the fourth for Villa, by the way. Will says, Key, if there was ever a film about you, which actor would play you? Which actor would play me? Probably Simon Wilson. I don't know if he does much acting. I get that a lot, don't I? Simon Wilson. I don't know. Who would play me? Do you know who I'd quite like to play me? But obviously, no, we're not really the same age. He's a bit old, like quite a bit older than me. I'd quite like someone like Martin Freeman back in the day, though. Like Martin Freeman, obviously, he'd have to put a bit of weight on, but Martin Freeman would be good. Key, you should watch our documentary on Prime. Do you know what? I quite like the Sunderland one, Joe. Wesley Snipes. Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Where do you think Sunderland will finish? 10th or 11th, maybe? Again, it's very tight in the middle of the park there. Jordan says, when people do well, you forget what they did to your team. Always have a little dislike to Ronaldo for leaving us and leaving us when we could have won so much more with him in the late noughties and tens. Yeah. Yeah. Ricky Gervais. No, not Ricky Gervais. Again, it's got to be someone who's like mid-30s. Early to mid-30s. carrying a bit of weight. Not a lot of weight, like just chubby. Just a bit of chub. Bit of puppy fat. Like, you can't have Russell Brand play me. I'm not wiry. But someone who's got a bit of charisma. Like an English Jonah Hill. Someone like that. Peter Kay. Peter Kay's too old now. Stephen Graham probably wouldn't be again, he's too old, really. And he's Scouse, and he did a really bad Al Capone. Nah, Jackie Chan. Yeah, Jackie Chan and Wesley Snipes. I'll have them. Joe Eddie Howe said in the dressing room against Man U, if they want a quick game, let's give it them after Ten Hag criticised our time wasting. 4 minutes left to go for Forest to hang on, and it's mad that we're even talking about this. Forest hanging on at the end of this game. 1-0 up. They had to go and kill the game off. They had umpteen chances to and never did. And now Porto playing it long in the last few minutes of the game. Placing the semi-final on the line. That's a corner. No. Danny Dyer. James Corden can play you. No chance, James Corden. Warwick Davis, you cheeky rat. I had a slight dislike to Beckham as well for leaving. He didn't really need to leave United. And he did that just to be on the bench wasting. I mean, to be fair, he did get a boot kicked in his head, didn't he? Nigel says, Key, who's your best Liverpool player you've watched in the last decade? Last decade? Coutinho. Yeah, Coutinho. Suarez too, but no, well, the player that I've enjoyed watching more than anyone is Coutinho in the last decade. I really wish he'd have stayed. Coutinho was so good. Charming Dan, I wonder who would play Suarez on screen now that Freddie Mercury is no longer with us. The only one who wouldn't have needed a false set of Nashes. I tell you who would. Rami Malek. Have you seen Rami Malek, the Egyptian fella who played Freddie Mercury on film? Rami Malek, he would be perfect for Suarez. He had the little like teeth Nasher things. Diogo Costa coming forward. There's still 2 minutes of injury time left. Forest have got to defend a corner here. And now it is 10v10 outfield players because Diogo Costa's come forward. This is a proper corner now. There's no extra man for Forest. Diogo Costa's in the penalty area. If Varela can get this delivery right, the ground will erupt here if Forest manage to somehow throw this away, head it away. Ball played back into the area. And Nico Williams gets it away. And now Forest on the counter. Yeah, Forest keep it in as well. They're on the counter. What a ball that is. Oh, deflection and over from Igor Jesus. It's going to be a corner. I think it's going to be a Forest corner. Night, Sarah. Take it easy. See you soon, lovely. It will be fine. This was not supposed to be in the script. There's not that long left to go now. Astonished. Absolutely astonished that Rayo Vallecano have managed to score one and go through. Here's Olaina. Great play there. And Porto managed to just about get it away. It's going to be a throw-in. Jordan, I love the Klopp statement. If you stay, they'll make a statue for you. But he left and ruined his career. But still won the Champions League, beating the team he was on loan from. I love football. That should be enough for Forest. Free kick in their favour with 30 seconds left. That really should be enough now. That should absolutely be enough. Tom Hardy. I was born in the dark. I would love to see Rami Malek play Suarez, though he might not want to do it, as he could be worried about being typecast. Yeah, like Sam Neill in Jurassic Park can only get that role going forward, playing people with big teeth. Oh, what a ball that is. Really good play, that. Gibbs White. Forest controlling the game, seeing it out. The extra man starting to count. Porto aren't going to get out of this one now. I think that might be it, you know. I think that might be it. Foul and a free kick. And I think that's going to be it. That's got to be it. Surely that's got to be it. Surely that's got to be it. Cheers, Nigel. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you've not already, do us a favour, leave a like on the video. It takes you no time at all, but it certainly helps me. So if you can leave a like, I would massively appreciate it. And certainly in this moment in time as well, where the channel really needs your help. At this moment in time, if you can, I desperately need your help. Over the next couple of weeks, if you want to, ask not what your viewers can do for you, but for what you can do for your... No, it's the opposite way around, that, isn't it? Okay, you've made a right arse out of yourself there. Thought I was going to give some big speech. But there you go, Gibbs White. They've won it. They've secured it. They're in the semis. Forest against Villa. Over 2 legs. Wow. Forest against Villa. Semi-final. What an unbelievable night that's going to be. Couple of nights that's going to be. We'll be there for both of them legs. You've got my word for it. We'll be absolutely watching both of them. Forest Villa. Thiago Silva, there you go. They're all absolutely trying to get his shirt, aren't they? Gibbs White went straight to Thiago Silva. Any chance, mate? Any chance I can swap the shirt? Already hit the like button ages ago. Nice. Cheers, mate. And well done, 3-star. Made up for you. Yes, 3-star. Delighted for you, mate. One of us is going to be in a European semi-final. I didn't think it'd be you. Jordan says, good night, mate. I'll be back for more games and watch-alongs. I'll share, like, and subscribe, as they say. Top guy. Hey, who says all United fans are shitbags? I never would. Good lad. Take it easy. Have a nice night, mate. The charming Dan says, great stream as always, Key. Glad you didn't miss it tonight. You've built something nice here. It's a shame you've been going through this nonsense. I'll listen, hey, I'm robust, mate. I'm a big lad. I can take it on the chins. And I'll be here tomorrow again for Blackburn Coventry. I don't expect it to be a massive one while we're still in this little hiatus while YouTube refuses to show us. But we'll see. We'll be back with a vengeance, I'm sure, towards the back end of the month. And for now, we'll just keep grinding and keep showing up and watching the footy together. Because ultimately, that's what got us here in the first place, isn't it? That is what I love more than anything. I'm not here for looking at the numbers and all. That's the boring stuff at the back end. It's the stuff that will ultimately maybe pay the bills one day. But right now, I am here for the football. That's why I started this, and I love it, and I enjoy it, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow for Blackburn against Coventry. Blackburn are 4 points ahead of Oxford United. We've got Oxford fan in the chat. Big Oxford fan. I don't know if he's going to be watching tomorrow. I'm sure he will. But Blackburn are 4 points ahead of Oxford. But they've played a game more. They've only got 3 games left. Oxford have got 4. So they're only 4 games ahead of the relegation zone, Blackburn. And they could really do with picking up a point at least tomorrow. A point is fine for Coventry because it guarantees them promotion to the Premier League. But they'll be eyeing up that title, won't they? A win just gets them a little bit closer to lifting the championship title. So I'll be here tomorrow, really enjoying it, loving life. Hopefully you will too. Have a lovely Thursday night, whatever you're doing. And again, congratulations to 3-star. Congratulations to Nottingham Forest. Congratulations to Villa. 2 English sides making it to the semi-finals. And yeah, fabulous stuff. Looking forward to that one later on in the season. Take it easy. Have a lovely night. I'll see you all soon. Ta-ra.